I thought that this week I would talk about the color green. Now, a lot of people say don't buy tube greens, mix your own greens, and yes, you can get some lovely greens when you mix your blues and yellows, but I studied for 4 years with a master watercolorist by the name of Jerry Stitt. He only ever used Windsor & Newton sap green, and it was always amazing to me how many different shades of the green and that he was able to get. He never used it totally by itself. This is the Windsor & Newton sap green. Now what he did was he always mixed it with some burnt sienna, and depending on how much burnt sienna you mixed it with, you get lovely olives, and you could go even darker. And his work is just amazing, and because that was the way I was taught, I hardly ever mix my greens. I use sap green, which is a warmer green, and there's one other tube green that I use, and that's Daniel Smith's Perylene Green, and that's a cool green. So when I want a darker and a cooler green, that's what I use, and you can get some lovely effects with this. I've even used it in the sky when you add a lot of water. It's almost a blue green. I also use Daniel Smith sap green too, which is slightly different. I'm putting it next to the Windsor & Newton one, and I can actually use this on its own, but when I use the Windsor & Newton one, I always like to mix it with burnt sienna. And there is one other green that I use in the tube that I forgot to mention, and that's green gold. So let's just put some of that out. This is a beautiful yellow green, and when you mix it in with other colors as you're painting, it flares out and creates interesting textures. I do semi-abstract representational paintings, as you know, so I don't like to get the exact colors that I see in the landscape. I like to paint how I interpret it. So let's put some of these greens together. This is the green gold going into the Perylene. It's quite interesting. Spritz the Perylene. See how that flares out, and I'm going to let this run down into the green gold a little bit. I'm going to use the green in the sky. Now this is flaring out just a little too much. I had too much water there. This is not really a painting, I'm just having fun. It's created some interesting textures here where it's run down into the green, but that's just an experiment. I just like to end my videos with a little demonstration. So I hope you enjoyed this video on the use of tube greens. I'm one person who uses tube greens. Sometimes I mix greens, but not that often. So I hope you enjoyed this little demonstration, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.